Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to deliver your first lesson of your textbook, that is the farewell sermon. But before going to start this lesson, let me tell you about the format of your annual paper. Okay, in your annual paper we have 3 sections and the assigned marks for this paper is 100. The time is 3 years and we would have 3 sections. Okay, time what? 3 years, marks 100 and 3 sections. In section A we have total 20 MCQs and the assigned marks for those 20 MCQs are 20, and that is question number 1. In question number 1 we have 20 MCQs. Okay, in section B we have 13 parts and the assigned marks for this section they are 50 marks. We have 13 parts and we are supposed to attempt 10 out of those 13 parts. Okay, then we have section C. In section C we have 4 questions and the students will attempt 3 questions out of 4 questions, and the total marks for this sections are 30 marks. Okay, so this is the format of your annual paper. Now, before going to start this lesson, let me tell you about the objectives that we are supposed to attain at the completion of this lesson. So, in objectives we have first of all theme and main idea. Theme and main idea basically refers to the the general objectives, means the objectives that we are supposed to incorporate in our routine life. Okay, the lesson that we learn from this text. Basically this is text, and the lesson, the moral lesson is inside this text. It means the message, the theme, the moral lesson is supposed to be incorporated in our daily life. Now the next we have MCQs, words, meaning and short questions. These are specific objectives that we have to attend for the sake of examination. Okay, now let me present a brief sketch of the same lesson. Okay, the Holy Prophet on his first and last pilgrimage, okay, delivered his last sermon, what we call the farewell sermon, in the valley of Urena of Mount Arafat on 9th day of Zilhajjah, 10 AH means 10 Hijri and 632 century means CE, means century. Okay, this is a historical farewell sermon and it is of great importance in Islamic history. Now you see, this farewell sermon is almost mentioned in all books of hadith, but the most detailed version of the same farewell sermon is there in Musnad, which is written by Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. Okay, the Holy Prophet on his last and first pilgrimage led 1,20,000 pilgrims to the valley of Mina and ultimately came to the valley of Urena of Mount Arafat, and he was sitting on his camel Kaswa. Okay, and he was delivering his sermon. He asked Rabba ibn Umayyah ibn Halaf to repeat his sermon because it was not possible to convey his each word to the people assembled over there, because they were great in number. There was a huge number of people over there. Okay, now you see, next we are told about the sermon. When the Holy Prophet started his sermon, first of all he praised and thanked Allah and asked the people to listen to him attentively. Okay, first of all he said about the life and property of a Muslim. He told the people about the life and property of Muslim, that the life and property of every Muslim is a sacred trust. He further said that the goods that have been assigned to them, that have been entrusted to them, they should return those goods to the rightful honor. He further said that one day they have to appear before God and God will take an account of their actions. Okay, further he said about entrust, usury, that usury is prohibited in Islam. Okay, in the next paragraph he told the people about Satan. That Satan will definitely pervert them, will lead them astray in small things, because he has lost his hope to pervert them in big things. Okay, in the next paragraph he told the people that they should neither inflict nor suffer any kind of iniquity, any kind of injustice. Okay, then he further said about the right of wives, that you have rights over your wives, and your wives have rights over you, and they have to what? They have to take care of them, because they are their committed helpers. They are supposed to feed them and clothe them with the kindness. Okay, now further we are told about the equality of all human beings. He said to the people that mankind is created from Adam and Eve. Means a white has no preference or priority over non-Muslim, and a white has no superiority or black has no superiority or white, because they are all created equally. He tells the people about the universal brotherhood, that all Muslims are brother to each other. Okay, then we are further told about the fundamentals of Islam, that the people who were assembled over there, he told them that they should offer their prayer, they should perform Hajj, and they should observe fast in the month of Ramadan, and they should also give their wealth in zakat. Okay, then he told the people in the third last paragraph that about the finality of prophethood, that no apostle or messenger will come after him, and no new faith or religion will be born. Okay, and he leaves behind him two things. One is Quran and one is Sunnah. Okay, and in the last he just raised his finger towards God, and he said to God that he should be witness that he has conveyed his message to his people. Now after sketch, let's read the text. Okay, the farewell sermon. The farewell means valedictory, the last sermon. Farewell. Farewell means valedictory or the last sermon. Sermon means instructive religious speech. Khutbah. The farewell sermon. This sermon the Holy Prophet delivered. The Holy Prophet delivered on the 9th day of Zilhajjah 10 AH 632 CE in the valley of Urena of Mount Arafat in Makkah, at the end of his first and last pilgrimage to Makkah. That has been discussed earlier, so I need not to explain it again. That is quite easy. Okay, the farewell sermon is mentioned in almost all books of hadith. As I told you, mentioned means quoted. That has been quoted in almost means takriban. Almost all books of hadith means this sermon has been delivered, has been quoted in almost all books of hadith. Sahih al-Bukhari refers the sermon and quotes a part of it. Now you see, Sahih Bukhari is one of the books of hadith, and in this book this specific sermon has been referred, but a part of this sermon has been referred. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal has given the longest and perhaps the most, perhaps means might be, the most complete version of this sermon in Musnad. Now you see, the most comprehensive and long version of the same sermon is there in Musnad, which is written by Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. Now you see, Muhammad led the pilgrims from Makkah through the valley of Mina up to the mountain of Arafat, and then stopped them in the valley of Urena. That has been discussed in the sketch. I hope that you have understood it. They stood in front of him silently as he sat on his camel and delivered his sermon. With crowd of over 120,000 pilgrims. Pilgrims, as you know, what is pilgrims? You know, the people who are traveling to attend a religious, or to go to a religious place, or to any shrine. So pilgrim means Hujjaj, Haji. Okay, 1,000 pilgrims. His voice could not reach out to those who were present. He therefore asked Rabba ibn Umayyah ibn Khalaf. Now you see, Rabba ibn Umayyah ibn Khalaf, who was famous his loud voice, he was asked by the Holy Prophet to repeat his sermon sentence by sentence, so that the people could hear the sermon in proper manner. who was known to have loud voice to repeat. Repeat, you say, what is repeat? Now you see, repeat is very simple word. Sometimes we call it reprise, dohrana, or recapitulate. Recapitulate. So this is repeat. So he asked Rabba ibn Umayyah ibn Halaf to repeat the sermon so that everyone could hear. The sermon is as follows. So we have these 3 paragraphs. I hope that you have understood its translation, words, meaning, and explanation. Okay, now let me discuss a few grammatical structures, or what we call parts of speech. The farewell sermon itself, it is a noun phrase. The is basically article, but here it is determinant. Determinant is any word which introduces a noun. Farewell is adjective, but here it works as a modifier and tells us about the sermon. Sermon is noun. So the farewell sermon, this title itself, it is a noun phrase. Okay. This sermon, once again, we have the next word, this sermon. This is basically demonstrative adjective because it tells us about this noun sermon. So this sermon is also noun phrase. The next phrase, on the 9th day of Zil-Hajjah, this phrase starts with a preposition. So any phrase which starts with a preposition and ends with a noun, okay, or pronoun, we call it prepositional phrase. Okay, almost. Now you see we have the almost. Almost is basically adverb. This is working as an adverb. The next word we have perhaps. Perhaps or might be, shayad. So perhaps is also adverb of probability. We call it adverb of probability. The next word we have then. Okay, then is also there in the same 3 paragraphs. So then is adverb of time. Then is adverb of time. We call it per. And another then, THAN, then this is basically used for comparison. He is elder than I, he is elder than me. Mostly we use these words. So then is basically conjunction. But mostly in our routine lives, we use it as a preposition. He is elder than me, so then is followed by me, pronoun. So it works as a preposition in this sentence. Okay, basically it is conjunction. As is also conjunction, but as could be used as a conjunction. It can be used as a preposition, and it also can be used as an adverb. He is as beautiful as flowers. So as beautiful, beautiful is adjective. So any word which tells us about adjective, we also call it adverb. So as is adverb. Now you see we have, but here in your this paragraph in this text, this as has been used as a conjunction. Now you see who, there is another word who which is in the middle of the sentence, and I mean to say it precedes a clause in this paragraph, and it has been used as a relative pronoun. Relative pronoun, it always relates a noun or pronoun which has been discussed before, and that noun or pronoun which is referred to, that is known as antecedent. Okay, then we have to repeat, to plus verb, we call it infinitive, and it works as a noun. Infinitive works as a noun, but it is made of a verb. We also call it verbal noun. I hope that you have understood the grammatical structure. Now you see your home assignment, question number 1 and 2. You can find the answer to these 2 questions in the text that we have read today. I hope that you have understood. Thank you and have a nice time.